welcome to Sarah's Stamping Retreat. Today we're going to make this Under the Sea shaker card, and that's created using these Whale of a Time papers. You can see there's quite a few under the sea background type scenes. There's whales that you can cut out and turtles, so there's a lot of flexibility there. It's a 6x6 pack, so you get 48 sheets, and so you get 4 each of 12 double-sided designs, so you actually get 24 different designs. So the one that I created here, I used Pretty Peacock for the base card, and I used this piece of cardstock cut down for the front. But the one that I'm going to create in our video today, I'm going to use the Calypso Coral card base. So that's a 10" by 5" piece of cardstock, scored and folded in half to create a 5" square card blank. And I'm going to use this piece of the DSP. So you can see I've cut it down here to be 4 3/4 inches square, and then I've used these layering circle dies. So in the layering circles you get the scalloped edge circles and the regular circles, and I'm going to use the 2 of the largest regular circles today. So I've used the largest one to cut a circle out of the centre of here, and that will be where our sequins go. And then I've used both of them to cut a frame from a piece of Calypso Coral cardstock. So they don't quite fit through together, so you just want to put it through with the smaller one first, just on a scrap of cardstock, and then you'll be able to centre the larger one over the top afterwards, and then you can cut it to create a frame. So the first thing we're going to do while we're putting our card together is we're just going to glue the circle in place. So we're going to use the outside piece as a guide. So I've just laid that on where I want it to go, although I've not glued it down. And now I'm just going to glue the circle inside that so that it lines up like that. Now we'll take this piece off. So the next thing we're going to do is prepare our shaker window. So I've got a piece of window sheet here. Mine measures just over 3.5 inches by just over 4.5 inches. But as long as it goes over the circle with enough room to glue it down around each side, then you're fine. So I'm just going to glue that down a second. You obviously want to glue it on the back of the piece of DSP. So now I've got a window, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the back of my frame. And I'm just going to glue that inside the circle, and it will fit exactly because it's been cut with the same die. And there are 2 reasons for doing that. One is that it offsets the card nicely, and the other one is that then it kind of hides the workings beneath as well. So the next thing we're going to do is take some shaker foam. So the Stampin' Up shaker foam comes in long strips, so it's really easy to use. And we're just going to place a piece around the outside of our circle. So you don't want to be able to see it inside your circle, but you want it quite close to the edge because you want to be able to see all the sequins when you've put them in. And we're just going to run that right the way around the edge of the circle. And you can see that actually the shaker foam is just the right length to go all the way around that circle, which is great. So then I'm just going to put some more pieces of shaker foam around the outside of the card. And where that's just a little bit longer than I need, I'm just going to stick that piece there. And this is just going to help hold the DSP up off of the card. And then you can see that the shaker foam's curving my DSP a little bit. And the best way to help that is just to make a couple of little slits along each of the sides, and that will just help it to lie flat. So then I've got some of these gorgeous Whale of a Time sequins. So you can see there's normal sequins and there's cute little shells and bits in there. And I'm just going to put quite a big pinch just in the centre of that circle. And obviously because they're made to go with this suite, then all of the colours match nicely as well. And then I'm just going to peel the back off my shaker foam. So this piece of shaker foam here will hold all the sequins in place. So we're just going to place this carefully over the top. There we go. And all our little sequins can all shake about. So those are really cute with all the little shells and things. So then to finish off our card, we're just going to create the sentiment. So I'm going to use this happy birthday to you sentiment. Those of you that watch a lot of my videos or follow my blog will know that I use this set a lot. It's the best year stamp set, and this happy birthday to you just seems to be the perfect size for a lot of different cards, and I like the different fonts on it. So even if that was the only one that I ever used from this stamp set, which it totally won't be, then it was definitely worth the money. So I'm going to heat emboss the sentiment in white. So I'm just going to run my embossing body across there, and then I'm going to take my Versamark ink, which is like a sticky ink, and I'm just going to stamp that on there. And then I'm going to take my white embossing powder, just pour a little bit over the top. Pour the rest in here. And you can see this embossing powder lasts for ages. I've had this pot since I first started as a Stampin' Up demonstrator, which I think was maybe 4 years ago, and it's like not even half gone. So then I'm going to take my heat tool and I'm just going to melt the embossing powder. So then I'm just going to use one of the stitch rectangle dies to cut that out. So I'm just going to run that through my embossing machine, and then here's my cut out embossed image. So then to decorate, I've just cut out a whale and a turtle from the papers. So this is the paper that has the turtles on, and this is the paper that has the whales on, and I've just cut these out from on the papers. I like to just sit in front of the TV at night and just cut a whole piece of paper up, and then they're ready for when I need them. Then I'm just going to take some Stampin' Dimensionals, which are just double-sided foam pads, and pop all these little pieces on. You can see that these are actually really easy to get off the sheet because they're hexagonal as opposed to square. There's always like a bit to pull on them. There you can see our little underwater scene is completed, and all our little sequins shake about nicely in the background. So there's the one that we made today. Now I'll just bring in the one that I made previously. So you can see there's lots of nice different colour options you can use. You could even use this yellow if someone that you're making for really likes yellow, or the purple. There's loads of different colour options for this. So thank you for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed our project. If you did, then please click like below and subscribe to my channel, and then you'll be able to see future projects as well, especially if you click the notifications button so that you get notifications when a new video pops up. All of the products that we've used today are linked in the description below. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you again soon.